Now, bear in mind, I'm supposed to. Oh, please don't record this, Bill. I'm not in the mood for recording tonight.
I am. Have you seen this tramp in town?
Wendy?
No, the tramp is stuck in town at the moment. Have you seen him?
Is it Wendy?
No, there's just... No, in the town centre.
Have you seen that straight? Have you seen the tramp in town for Wendy? No, the one living in between the banks.
In between the banks, like... It's been there for about a week
Is
now.
Wendy underneath him? Is that why you...
I'm a bit worried about this. I mean, it's a stupid...
You can't be bloke at the moment because she seems to be having fun shaving her hair. So you
Do you think I give a fuck about your personal life?
That's not my personal.
Can you close that door, please?
Do you think we give a fuck about yours? We got to
Well, I'm
listen to
talking
it now.
Well, that's
You fucking tart! Shut the fuck up, alright? I'm the one that's in charge tonight.
Do you know there's a tramp in... You know, there's this tramp in town, like...
He's now
It's sort of
sat
like...
in front of the
It's
camera.
been there for about a week. No, it's been there sitting there for a week, like, you know, with this sort of, like... food and
But
but I mean, the council haven't done anything. The police don't do nothing about it. You know, I suppose it's the police and the council are supposed to house people if they're homeless, aren't they? You would have thought it's the council's job to house homeless people. They're just leaving this tramp to rot away, sort of thing, in the fucking town centre, literally in the fucking Hatfield. This is Hatfield town centre today, right? Hatfield town centre today, right? Very good, Luke. Hatfield town centre today, then. All right, fair enough. You got fucking dozen boarded up shops. You know, but probably about a dozen boarded up shops. Right? I'm talking to you.
You're not going to win.
And there's this, and they're all empty. And there's this tramp sleeping in this sort of like alcove, you know, between Boots and the bank sort of thing. You know what I mean? This old fucking poor fellow is not doing, who's fucking completely homeless sort of thing. And the council and the police don't do anything. Surely they should take him to a shelter or YMCA somewhere where you can actually get a sort of like room to sleep, somewhere to sleep at night.
Yeah, but the council don't give a fuck, do they?
I don't think shelter are doing very well these days, are they?
Shelter downstairs shut down, isn't it?
And that's what I mean. I don't think they're doing very well. Maybe they're not getting enough money.
I just don't think they could afford the shop. The thing is, it's charity, isn't it? If they don't get any charity...
If they don't get the money, then they don't get... No. But I mean, that's probably one of the very few good charities, really. Well, I mean, that's the government's job. I mean, it's the government's job. It's the government's fucking responsibility to house the homeless. It is the responsibility of the government to make sure people have enough money in their pocket. It's the responsibility of the government to feed and clothe and house the homeless.
The government do make sure...
They don't give a fuck about the homeless. No. There's a fucking tramp been living in the fucking town centre for the last fucking week. There's a tramp.
Probably
literally living in the alcove of the town centre for about a fucking week. Council don't give a fuck. The police don't give a fuck. Obviously the government don't give a fuck.
And do you give a fuck?
They won't even give a house.
Do you give a fuck?
They won't even give a bed to a homeless person.
Do you give a fuck?
Yes, I do give a fuck.
Do something about it then!
Because there's nothing I can do except talk.
So you can go to the council for him.
No.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the point is you've got a tramp living on the fucking street in Hatfield, Hertfordshire. This is Hatfield, Hertfordshire, 2015. This fucking tramp, he's been living in the fucking town centre, fucking main town centre bit, like living in the corner. Why can't they open one of those old, why can't they let him live in one of those empty shop units? They're not being used, are they? The shop units are not being used. There's about 4, 5 fucking empty shop units right opposite, right? They're just boarded up shops. Why can't they just open up one of those shops and turn it into a hostel for the homeless? That's a good idea. You know how there's all these empty shop units and no one's making money out of these empty shop units in Hatfield, Hertfordshire? Yeah? This is about Hatfield, Hertfordshire. Now listen, there's all these empty shop units in Hatfield, Hertfordshire. Okay, I tell you what, why can't you open up one of those shop units and turn it into a hostel for the homeless? Somewhere for the homeless to sleep. Like shelter, for instance. Why can't you give shelter one of those shop units? You've got all these empty shop units not being used at all in Hatfield, are they? These shop units in Hatfield not being used at all. They're all boarded up. Waste of fucking space. Yeah, complete waste of space. Why can't the council let Shelter open up one of those shop units, right? Open up one of those shop units for nothing, for free, and you could turn it into a hostel for the homeless. We've got this homeless dude, this tramp in Hatfield. Why can't you open up, let the council open up one of those empty shop units? No one's living in these shop units. No one's living in any of these shop units. No shops. There's no shops in Hatfield. You know, you get that by now. No shops in fucking Hatfield. So why not open up one of those shop units, turn it into a shelter home for the homeless, for Shelter Light. Let Shelter take care of it and all that, because they're very good at it, actually. Shelter. Let Shelter have one of those empty shop units to house homeless people. You know, to house homeless people. Because then this tramp could get a bed for the night and a decent meal, maybe.
And where are they going to get money from for that?
From the fucking...
taxpayers.
Yeah, well, I'd rather my tax went to housing the homeless than goes to building nuclear weapons.
Well, you should have voted for the right party.
Is it a choice between... you give your government your tax.
All right, but you're saying
what do they spend it on? They don't spend anything. But it's still the government is responsible. I keep telling you this.
You won't be saying that when Russia used nuclear weapons on us.
Look, the government is responsible for the people. Have you been to London lately? I haven't been there for about a year. But look at all the homeless people in London, for fuck's sake.
So what, they take money out of the NHS to build places for homeless?
Well, they don't put any money into the NHS.
That won't be getting anything from the NHS.
If you want to talk, get in the picture.
No.
Get in the picture if you want to talk. That's the rule.
If they didn't put any money in...
No, get into the picture if you want to talk, or shut your mouth.
How about you stop pointing your finger at us, I'll snap it off.
But the point is, it's the government's job to pay for the National Health Service. It's the government's responsibility to pay for homes for the homeless, to house the homeless. That's the responsibility of a government, and the government does not do a job.
The government to tax people more so that homeless people
have
lost their rights to get houses and places.
What the government spend your tax on?
Crack, getting kicked
Look,
out.
I'm not going to talk to you if you won't get in the film. No. I'm not going to discuss it.
It makes Bill look.
No, you shut up. You don't. You're a twat. Get your fucking carcass. Get your fucking carcass on the screen so I can talk to you properly. Because you're hurting my neck, Luke.
I'm not talking.
Move your... Well, shut up then. Shut the fuck up or get in the picture.
You shut up.
Shut up or get in the picture. Sorry, Dan.
Shut up on the phone.
Yes. I voted for the Independence Party. Well, I wanted to get out of Europe.
UKIP.
Hey, UKIP, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I voted for.
Because I want to get out of Europe. I don't want Europe to control my life. I want to be an island. Britain is an island. Britain is an island.
Who did you vote for?
And no man should be an island.
Who did you vote for?
Britain is an island and no man should be an island.
There is only one reason.
Maybe I'm no man. Maybe I'm no man.
Because UKIP are...
I said no man should be an island. And yes, I do want to be an island.
£65 million was spent to be in the EU every day, they'll put into other things.
Yeah, but look how much money they pay for the EU. Look, get in the picture, plelease.
Do you know why I voted?
That's what I just said.
Look, please get in the picture. You're talking and I'm listening, but get in the fucking picture. What I'm saying is like how much money they pay to be in the EU.
65 mil a day.
Well, exactly. Well, get in the picture, Luke, please. Fuck you, man. I'm not going to play a game. I'm going to turn it off.
Bill, just quickly first.
They're wasting all that money. No, I'm not going to... No, if Luke's going to play silly buggers.
I'm talking to you.
I don't want to keep turning the camera. Fuck you, Luke. That is a make. Look, you're in it. Get in it. Move your fucking chair or fuck off.
I'm not moving it.
Please.
No.
Please, so I can put my back out. Luke, I'm asking you. Alright, don't speak to them. You're annoying me now. You're pissing me off.
Basically, right?
Shut up!
I'm joking, I'm joking.
No, Luke, I'm serious. I'm not going to make a film with you if you're not going to be in the camera.
Bill.
Yeah.
There's only one reason I voted UKIP.
What's that?
Because I didn't know half the shit that was going on. There's only one reason why I voted them, and that's because they have vowed to stop forced adoptions on parents that shouldn't be going through it. That's the only reason I voted them, because to be honest, I didn't know half the shit that was going on. The only thing that I knew that one of them was doing is that they were going to stop forced adoptions. And
what's forced adoption? No, hang on, what's forced adoption?
That's what they did to Taylor.
That's your kid. That's your kid.
When they remove a child and...
Sorry, hang on a minute. What? Tell me the story of Taylor then.
Well, he was removed. Well, he was removed from my ex-partner's care.
Who's that?
Wendy.
Wendy's the mother?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she was proven not to be able to look after him.
Why?
She didn't put his needs first. On one occasion, she was actually, there's evidence on camera that she spun him around and could have damaged his neck seriously.
Shit, is he okay now?
Yeah, he's absolutely fine. But what she did was, in an argument with a social worker, she grabbed him, snatched him out of their arms, spun around, and his head flew backwards. Only a few months old. So
was it bent his head?
No, it just missed the head on the door.
Oh, fucking hell.
But it's not so much that she almost hit his head, it's the fact that his neck flew back, because obviously they couldn't support their own head.
Yeah.
On another occasion, she was in Asda, hadn't bothered to strap him into the buggy, put 2 weeks' worth of shopping on the back. Buggy went back, he did a roly-poly across Asda's floor.
Oh, fuck.
And anyone that knows in Asda, they don't have soft floors.
Yeah.
When she phoned me to tell me about it, she was laughing.
Oh, fuck.
But she was removed from his care. I always fought for a chance for myself, which was never given to me. I was pushed out of the picture from the beginning, and in the end, he was forcibly adopted through the courts.
So,
what UKIP
do you have any contact with him?
1 letter a year. That's all I'm allowed.
Oh no, that's not fair.
She gets.
It's not your fault then. It's nothing to do with you.
It's not my fault. No. She gets 2 letters a year, and her dad gets 1.
You can't even visit him or see him.
No, not allowed to see him until he's 18 years old. I'm not allowed legally to see him.
Oh, that's sad, Dan.
That
must be really hard.
Yeah.
That must be really bad. No, that must be really fucking hard for you.
The one thing UKIP had vowed to do was to stop forced, unless it was like really necessary.
Yeah.
If there were some serious problems going on. Now I can understand there was serious cause for concern with Wendy. It was filmed on tape that she, there's going to be security cameras in Asda that shows that she didn't strap him in and that he flew across the floor. There's security cameras in the unit she was in at the time that showed her spinning around and almost taking his head off with the door. But where was my chance? I never got given a chance. And that's the kind of thing they want to stop.
So actually sort of like, it's not your fault that she couldn't cope with it. No, wouldn't fostering have been a better idea? Wouldn't fostering... He was fostered for a few months
before they finally won in court for him to be adopted.
Oh, right. That's not nice for you, is it? Because do they have to sort of like keep you in contact, get you informed?
No, all I get is a letter a year, and that's if the adoptive parents decide to. If they decide they don't want to do that, legally they don't have to.
That's not fair.
So, fortunately, he's got nice adoptive parents, and they've also said that they'll always bring him up to know that he is adopted. He's not theirs.
Yeah.
Well, he is theirs, but he's not theirs.
No, I understand. I understand what you mean.
Although they will be obviously known as Mummy and Daddy, they'll know that they're not his birth parents, and that they've said if ever he wants to come and visit us, they will help him do that.
Right. That's good, though. I suppose I know that way, but it must hurt a lot. Must hurt a lot, because you must always think of him like, and you don't know what's happening in his life, sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm not even allowed photos.
Oh, that's sad. No, that's not fair at all.
And the reason they gave it, because we'd asked on many occasions, the reason they said we're not allowed to have photos is that if we have photos, we know what he looks like, and if we were to see him on the street, we could approach him and. Which would be basically breaking the law.
Your fucking son, of course, you'll know what he looks like, even 5 years on.
That's really sad.
Unfortunately, because of how small he was and how little I saw him, because they didn't let. I mean, I saw him for a few months, then they stopped my contact, and then it was a year later before I saw him again. I saw him for an hour and a half, and that was the last time I saw him properly. I've seen him a couple of times in Stevenage Town Centre in passing.
Yeah.
I've recognised. It's not actually him I recognised. It was the adoptive parents.
Is that where he's living, Stevenage?
Problem with babies.
Stevenage where living?
Yeah.
Can't they let you visit him maybe months or something?
No, believe it or not, Wendy actually managed to have some kind of thing with her. I don't know how. I think it was through the social worker, but she actually managed to arrange a day that she could see him.
Yeah.
Which isn't allowed, yet when I've done fuck all wrong, I'm not even allowed 2 letters. I get 1. I'm only allowed 1 letter a year, where she gets 2. She's physically abused him.
Yeah.
In the legal sense.
Right.
Some people would argue and say, yeah, she wasn't smacking him or beating him, but she, knowing the dangers of it, spun him around and almost took his head off on the door and let him roll across a extremely hard surface by neglectfully not strapping him in.
Yeah.
Yet she gets 2 letters a year. And she gets, on occasions, to see him. Where the fuck's mine?
Yeah.
And yet I'm the one now being beaten by it, by social services, now that I have a daughter with someone who actually gives a shit.
Because what's your daughter's name?
Skylar.
Skylar.
Yeah, she's 2 months old.
And you'll have contact with your daughter?
No.
Huh?
No, sorry, she was 2 months old.
Yeah, but you'll have contact with your daughter?
I'm allowed contact with my daughter, but only if my partner's parents are there. Although that should change next week.
So you're basically getting penalised for something your girlfriend did, Wendy did, like.
And because
because Wendy was treating her like shit, they think you're involved with it because you were her partner.
Yeah.
So they're penalising you for it.
Because Wendy went around telling everyone that I was beating her up, which I've got evidence to say I hadn't.
Right.
Social services are using that to stop me from living with my partner and my daughter because they feel that I could be a potential danger to them. Yeah, this is all based on false accusations by a very stupid idiot that goes around fucking anything that walks and actually attacked me and actually has been arrested and charged for attacking me. Yeah, I'm being treated as if I'm a violent fuck, to put it simply.
Yeah, but you're one of the gentlest blokes I know, Danny.
Exactly.
You've never been violent. I've never known you to be violent in any sense of the word, ever. I've known you for, 5 years, son?
Yeah.
How long have I known you? No, probably longer than that.
I can pinpoint in my entire life 3 times I've been violent.
Yeah.
Once was with my dad, which I regret fully, but it'd been a long day, a lot of arguments, and I just lost my temper and I punched my dad. Never. I hope it never happens again. There's no reason why it wouldn't. In fact, we have a better relationship now than we did back then. Well, that's kind of a given, but you know, we're stronger than ever. It's not let us bring us down. It was something that happened. We've gone. There was a kid in school. Both of the other occasions, one of which he pushed me, or tried to push me over when I was on crutches, so I smacked him in the nuts with him. The second time, he came up to me in school, in the yards, and told me to go fuck my baby sister again. Those were the words.
Well, I'd probably kill him.
I broke his nose and my finger.
If someone insulted my sister, I'd probably kill him.
Oh yeah, considering she was 3 or 4 at the time.
Yeah.
Because she was born only a couple of weeks before I started secondary school.
Right.
What's halfway through? Jenny, my little sister. She's 10 now.
Oh right. No, I had a big sister. She was the boss of the family, man.
No, I used to get bullied a lot in school, but after half the school saw me do that, I actually got a lot of respect off people.
That's cool.
Because they realised I weren't the little kid that takes it.
No.
Takes it in the shit.
Oh, I did that as well. I did something like that once when I was at school, but that was a hell of a long time ago. No, I'm going to have to go to the toilet, guys. Keep talking amongst yourselves, mate, and get both.
It just goes to show
keep both getting the film, please. Luke, please, right there. Talk to each other while I go to the toilet.
It just goes to show that just because you're being bullied doesn't mean you're going to take everything you get.
Oh, if someone acts on me, last time anyone acts on me, I smashed their head in with a hammer.
But it also shows
last time anyone acts on me, I smashed their brain
it doesn't take you to push people around and beat the shit out of people to be respected. Yeah, it's not about being feared, it's about being respected. I could have gone into school every day and beat the shit out of everyone that bullied me. But all it took was one day, one person said the wrong thing, broke his nose, that was it. I was respected for standing up for my family, and I was pretty much left alone. There were some people that were still twats and still would.
There's different ways to get messages.
There was another kid in school, you know that 2 for flinching shit?
Yeah.
He kept doing that. It was like 2 for flinching, 2 for flinching, 2 for flinching. I said, if you touch me one more time, I'm going to fucking kick your head in. And he didn't touch me again. But then he goes around outside the school saying, yeah, if I see him out and about, I'm going to, kick the shit out of him and shit, or whatever the fuck he was saying, God knows. Basically, he was going to come after me outside the school if he saw me. A few days later,
the thing is, if they're going to go after you, why don't they do it in school? Fucking, it's like pussy syndrome.
A few days later, I was off my absolute fucking nut. I was gone. I couldn't even stand up properly. I was falling in the bushes every couple of seconds. Yeah.
And what age?
16.
Year 11, was it?
I think I'd just finished school.
I didn't have year 11.
It might have been year 11, I'm not sure. But all I remember is I was fucked up. I was basically using the bushes to hold me up. And I saw him coming up the road with about 6 of his mates. So I was like, come on then. You said you're going to do it outside school, let's go. He did fuck all.
This is probably a pussy.
Exactly, and that's what pisses me off about some people. When I used to get shit off of Alfie Kenny, and I used to get phone calls all the time saying him and his mates were going to come to my flat and kick the shit out of me, it's like, come on then, bring it on. If I thought they were going to fucking do it, I wouldn't care. You know, at the end of the day, I don't say it because I think they're not going to, because I'm not the kind of person who'll go on, and then as soon as I go, okay, I'm coming, go, oh shit. Yeah, if he wants to go, he can have a go. I don't give a fuck in the end. He put a knife to my throat, I put him on the floor.
I'll give it, yeah.
He come up, I saw him in the street, chased him down the road, he begged
Oh, sorry, Luke, that's
and I
my
kicked the shit out of him.
I'll do it,
At the end of the day, I ain't going to take shit, but it doesn't mean I'm going to give it. I mean, some words, I like a lot of documentaries like Can't Pay, Will Take It Away and shit. And there was a good comment one of the blokes made, just because other people, what is it? Just because some people react with violence doesn't mean I have to. I think is a fair point. Just because other people react with violence doesn't mean I have to.
Yeah. I can't really see it.
Right? If I have to, I have to. Fuck it. If someone's going to hit me, I'll hit them back. But only if I have to.
It's laws of physics, mate.
It's self-defense.
If something goes up, something's going to come down.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I ain't going to go around kicking the shit out of people. If someone looks at me the wrong way, I'm not going to have my due saying that. At the end of the day, I'm not just going to kick the shit out of someone because they look at me the wrong way. If it can be avoided, it can be avoided. There's no need for it.
Yeah. You never know. Someone might look at you the wrong way and you go to kick the shit out of them and they'll kick the shit out of you.
Exactly, but defeating that a bit, it's just, what's the point of it? Unless the only way out is violence, what's the point? You're just fucking your own life up because you get caught beating the shit out of someone. You ain't going to get a job. You ain't going to get shit.
Yeah, but the thing is, nowadays that's a crime. But at the end of the day, it's part of human nature.
Exactly.
It really is. They're trying to.
The point.
If it can be avoided, it can be avoided.
Exactly. I mean, look,
some situations, some people can't avoid it. People say they can avoid it, but obviously the things that go through their head, the stress, the temper they may have, or
like I was saying about Alfie, he put a knife to my throat.
Yeah.
I didn't kick the shit out of him. I put him on the floor. I pinned him down. I took the knife out of his hand. I handed it to someone else, and then I got off him. I had him in such a point where he was screaming for me to get off him because I wasn't exactly holding him as pain-free as possible. I was pinning him, arm on his throat, knees digging into his back. I had him pinned. And it wouldn't have taken much for me to grab his hair and smash his head off the concrete a few times. But what was the point?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd already got him down. I'd already
got your point across.
Yeah. I ain't going to take it, but that doesn't mean I'm going to, just because he's put it to my throat, doesn't mean I'm going to put it to his throat or something. I'm not going to stoop to his level. I did what needed to be done.
Never stoop to their level.
Never stoop to their level. Do what has to be done. And never resort to violence unless that is the only way out.
Children, anyone that's watching this, this man here.
Social services, considering you still think I'm a violent fuck.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you don't have to react with violence.
Absolute wet work.
If me and Bill...
Sorry, it's a joke for the deaf.
If me and Luke had an argument, and we got got quite verbal, got quite nasty, and we ended up out for each other.
I find that quite kinky,
Okay, that's just scary. I'm going to check. If me and Bill fell out with each other... Actually, no. I think they'd take that worse, actually. Either way, if we fell out and we were out for each other, we had problems with each other, if he came up to me wanting to kick the shit out of me, maybe I'd want to say I want to kick the shit out of him. What's the point at the end?
Do you know what me and Jez settled it? We both just went to a field, met up and had a fist fight. That's it.
No, I don't blame him. But sometimes it's just kind of pointless. I ain't going to hunt someone down. I ain't going to waste my time on... Yeah. If someone's got a problem with me, they can come to me. I don't give a shit.
It reminds me of that guy on BBC One in the morning and got the guy doing sign language.
It's always when you watch repeats at 5 o'clock in the morning, it's one guy going...
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
It's not the fact that they have the guy in the corner, it's the fact that they chop that screen, to just have a guy in the corner. Yeah. It's like, take that away, have the whole picture and just stick him in the corner.
But I didn't buy a 60-inch screen to only have 58 inches of it showing.
So, welcome back to BBC News. It's Luke Shaw. This is Dan Smith. Tonight we're going to give you the headlines. So, tonight what's happened is the Nepal earthquake. The earthquake, hey? You can talk about the earthquake? Have you seen that?
I don't know shit about the earthquake.
No, there's a thing
the
on
last
Facebook.
news story I watched was that fucking plane that went down.
Oh no, there's a helicopter that's gone missing. American Marines helicopter went missing during the earthquake. But there's also a Facebook group now saying I'm not missing. Like basically taking the piss out of people that died in the earthquake, and loads of people are making an uproar about it. So fuck you, mum. Suck you, nan. This is Luke Shaw. This is Sky News.
For the deaf. News for the deaf.
Good night. I'm going to pass you over to my weatherman, Bill.
Gloomy! Gloomy! It's going to be very gloomy!
Tonight your missus is going to be...
The weather tonight is gloomy!
Gloomy!
Gloomy weather tonight!
Dry spell, is it?
No, it's going to be very gloomy! Gloomy weather tonight! Right, the weatherman,
what is taken for a psychiatric assessment.
Well, after the weatherman.
Well, after the weatherman, it comes down to the news in 60 seconds.
Sport on feet.
The what?
Sport, oh yeah.
Sport.
In recent sport news...
He's got a big cock. That's
United have signed an FSB pay for 22 million. Chelsea are interested in buying Bale for 80 mil.
Dumpty, dumpty,
I don't give a
dumpty.
fuck. Man United want Hummel.
Bring me sunshine in your smile.
Doing another sing-along. I ain't watching.
Bring me laughter.
You see me, Robin?
All the while.
I saw about 2 minutes.
In this world where we live, there should be more happiness. So much joy you can give to each brand new bright tomorrow. Make me happy.
Speaking about
Through the years.
personal life and what you're going to do. You couldn't help yourself.
Yeah, but nothing.
You could not.
Never bring me any tears.
Past is okay, present.
Let your heart be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring me fun.
All up, you're up.
Bring me sunshine. Bring me love. Bring me all together now. Come on, you know this one. Everybody knows this song.
Yeah, if we're 48 years old and a crackhead.
Bring me all together now. Bring me sunshine.
I don't know it.
In your smile. Bring me laughter. Ha ha ha.
Talking about that.
Laughter. Ha ha laughter. All the while.
Sex bomb, sex bomb.
In this world
sex bomb.
where we live, there should be more
belly
happiness.
wobbling, you ready?
So much joy
Look at that. Look.
you can give
It looks like
to each brand new bright tomorrow.
Michael McIntyre when he goes.
Make me
My belly button.
happy
Yeah.
through the years. Never bring me any tears. Let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love.
I'll show you.
Right, you show.
It's a ruby. La 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 la. Do ya? Na.
Are you waking up? You want me to eat that now?
Yeah, but the thing is, with my rank,
with
my ranks, you could get a free cinema ticket.
So actually, you're telling me your penis is the size of a pepperoni?
Yes,
This must be very thin then.
It's the size
You've only got a dip.
of a baby carrot.
I bet you got. I bet yours is not much bigger than a hot dog.
Hot dogs are quite hot.
Yeah, but they're quite small.
It's not the size of the fucking nail, it's the hammer banging it in.
Size has everything to do with it, dear.
In other
Believe
words,
me.
if you're a tiny dick, you've got a tiny dick and you're a fat
Don't want one.
Whoa.
Every girl's gonna want you. Why are you throwing at me? When did I get involved in this?
Are we making a film or not? I don't want it.
That's it, just
Sweet
No, we should pass the
You
pepperoni.
have a pepperoni.
Pass the pepperoni to music, and whoever the music stops on, they have to unwrap it, and then they have to tell the truth. So then, Bill,
I'll tell the truth, he's got a small dick.
how long have you been smoking weed for?
40.
I didn't say you could think, I said how long have you been smoking weed for?
For about 33 years.
So, 13 years before I was born. Okay, that's very interesting.
For me.
What was the weed like back then when you first started smoking? Was the weed concentrated?
I'll come after all the shit. Well, I'm going to finish this film. Run out of this. What are we going to call this film?
Called it February Belly Wobble.
News of the week.